outsourcing your content. Not a writer? Well, learning copywriting is a valuable skill. However, instead of agonizing for hours over a nice headline, never mind crafting content, we have a business to get off the ground. This is where outsourcing comes in. Let a professional writer do it all for you. Not only is this one of the easiest tasks to give to somebody else, but there are literally thousands of workers ready to write articles for you. So, once upon a time, I did write my own articles. I didn't yet have the budget to hire a writer, and I didn't even know how to go about doing that. I remember how it took me a full 2 days, or around 12 hours, to research and write a very high quality, in-depth article for one of my sites. I would gather tons of info about my niche, try to write the best first paragraph I could, write and rewrite my headline, and slowly and painfully churn out 1,200 words. Looking back, I'm actually amazed it only took 12 hours. That same article, I could have had a professional writer research and write for about $30. Since I did it myself in 12 hours, I was pricing my own worth at a bit more than $2.50 an hour. That's $30 divided into 12 hours. Are you worth $2.50 an hour? I don't think so. And since the writer you hired does nothing but write all day, you can be sure he or she won't take 12 hours to write that article. So I myself post projects at Upwork. There are many other freelance services out there, but I find Upwork to have the highest quality writers. I won't go into how to set up a project here, but we do have a complete Udemy course on outsourcing for this, and you can find out more info on this in the bonus lecture at the end of this course. However, I will give you a few tips on working with writers. Be very clear on what you need done. In the project title, state the niche, such as 12 articles, 1,200 plus words in the baby niche. In the description of the project, let them know that 2 or 3 of these articles will be over 1,500 words, which will be your money pages. Limit the geographic area of writers to the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and England. The writing sounds more natural and conversational, I find. There are exceptions, of course. I had a fantastic writer from Romania, and one of the worst writers I ever experienced was from England, so do your own due diligence. Though this is less of an issue now, beware of writers offering SEO optimized content. This is content written strictly for the search engines, not for people. These people still write as if it's 2005, with repeating keyword phrases and unnatural sounding language with keywords stuffed into the article. Heck, even when I started outsourcing in 2007, I stressed that the writing had to sound natural. I knew that in the very near future, and even back then, Google was already ranking higher quality and more natural sounding articles and content over those that are SEO optimized. If the article is researched and well written, there'll be no need for keyword stuffing. The words and related keywords will naturally flow. This is not only what Google wants, but what your reader wants. Check copyscape.com, which has a cheap subscription to join, to make sure they aren't cheating. This service goes out and immediately finds duplicates and patterns from other articles published online. Google will not rank duplicate content, and it could even harm your site as spam for republishing content or parts of content that already exist. The first time I suspected this, I pointed it out and the guilty writer feigned ignorance, but I wasted several days and emails before finally firing him. So don't waste your time. Fire them immediately if you suspect plagiarism. You have a business to run and timelines to meet. Don't waste your time with bad writers. For a dozen excellent quality articles, I usually pay between $250 and $500. Yes, it is an investment, but while setting up your website and sales funnels, you know you'll soon have enough content that you can just copy and paste into your site. In this section, I have a sample project description for you to download and adjust for your own use. So, other writing services. There's Fiverr.com, though you'll pay much more than $5. And in fact, prices are rarely $5 anymore. And I wouldn't pay $5 anyway for an article. That'd be probably a little too cheap. However, I would use this to try to find a writer for the long term and get them off Fiverr and just pay them via PayPal, rather than as a quick source of content. There's very little vetting on Fiverr.com, so quality is probably an issue. And for that reason, I don't really use Fiverr. Okay, there's Freelancer.com, which is similar to Upwork, and it's a great alternative. Guru.com, it's more for technical writing and business projects, but it's also a great source for writing talent. Hey, you have Twago.com. It's a freelance marketplace that caters to Europe, so you would have the British English type of content. Textbroker.com, which is exclusively for writing projects, but I found the quality to be hit and miss. I haven't tried sites like Writer's Access or Constant Content, so if somebody else does, let me know how it goes. There are also a whole pile of other writing sites as well. So how did I find my best writer? I actually had a Write For Us button in one of my blogs back in 2008, and this writer from Los Angeles submitted an amazing article. Long story short, she's not only written hundreds of articles for me across dozens of niches, but our families met and had great fun in Disneyland not too long ago. So putting a Write For Us page in your website might probably just get you tons of guest writers, all of who expect a link back to their blog as part of their own online marketing. But if you find somebody good, offer to pay to write for you rather than putting their author credit with a link back to their site on your website. So if you do find a fantastic writer, keep them close for long-term projects. Often they are bloggers and others just trying to make a living as well. And as a bonus, if they have their own social circle, they'll be sure to mention who they write for, giving your business a bit of exposure as well.